Hi, Jonas here with Casket Builder Supply. Let's take a closer look at the adjustable beds. Now, the adjustable bed in a casket, its primary function is to give that funeral director the ability to raise and lower the bed. Different folks have different preferences for viewing. Some want the deceased to be completely inside the casket. Some want to raise that bed so that as you're sitting down in the audience, you can still see the face and recognize the person who's in the casket. And I've even seen some funerals where they bring this bed up during the funeral service where the deceased are really quite high in the casket, and then they'll lower the person back down in when they close the casket for the ceremony. Now, the adjustable beds are all adjusted with an Allen wrench crank. Now, this is not included in our kit because just about every funeral director has one of these in their coat pocket all the time. But the adjustable bed works quite simply, just up and down. We got our Acme thread screw here. It's a very simple component, and it's a couple of pieces to install, and then we can lower it back down. And that's all it is, just a simple crank mechanism. So if we take a closer look at, I'm going to show you all these components. Now, the crank aside, I'm going to set the crank down here. Everything you see on the table here is what comes with an adjustable bed casket kit. You've got your bed frame or mattress. Now, we do offer just the lifts. You can buy the lifts and the hardware only and make your own bed out of plywood. Now, if you do use plywood, I recommend you reinforce it underneath with a couple furring strips of some sort, just so the plywood isn't wobbly and bendy. If you're going to use this steel bed frame that comes with the whole kit, you're going to be thinking you're putting it in upside down. But it does go in. I have it set up here with the right side up. This is the way you would install it. The lift mechanism has a top and a bottom. Bottom is more of the pin shape. The top is this shape if you look at the edges here, and it's going to support the casket here. Inside the hardware kit, I'm going to dump all the components out here for you. It's everything you need. We've got the base, we've got the top, and a handful of pieces of hardware and clips that I'm going to show you how they all go together. So the base, you're going to put in with 2 screws on the casket floor. Just put it in a way that this can be up against the outside edge of the casket here, and that this pin hole is about centered in your casket from left to right inside the box. So you got one for the head, one for the foot. And this component here will install, got a little plastic, it'll just keep it from squeaking, okay? Little plastic washer there, or bushing really. And then we've got a little hairpin clip here that holds that in. You don't have to put this in, it's not really necessary, but it's a little bit of a security there so that can't bounce out of the hole once it's mounted in the casket. So you've got that in there, and then this component would go, I usually install them with the tab side down because I'll get a screw. This is called the screw, the Acme threaded bolt here, so that this is pretty high in the casket. But if you installed it this way and you have room for it and you've got your upholstery covering it anyway, it really doesn't matter. It can go in either way. And then this is really another optional piece, but it can be for some added security. There's a little screw, and there's a little nut with a lock washer on it that would hold that together. And I'll take these out for now. And again, this piece would install to the side, inside of your casket, just with 2 more wood screws. I use panhead coarse thread on our softwood caskets. So that's how that works. The important part is this next part here. So these are nylock nuts. It's 1/4-20 carriage bolt. Now that carriage bolt, I'm going to pop this hole out there. The carriage bolt installs from the bottom, and the carriage is received into the slot. Okay? And then we've got our hole here, and then you're going to tighten these up just so that nylock grabs. But what's really important is after both of these are in here, when this bed, the foot and the head are raised independently, it needs to be able to travel just a hair back and forth like this. It needs to be able to move in that slot just a little bit. So that's why you don't crank this all the way down tight and make this tight fit to the mattress. You want the lift to support the mattress but not be completely tight. The lift and the mattress need to move a little bit independent of one another. And that's the most important part of installing these components.